Today, Andrew Yang launched his plan for an effective, equitable vaccine rollout. Scroll through this thread for some highlights of our plan. What do you think, nerds? Should we read some highlights? I'm down with that. Let's make it a little bigger for all the nerds to see. Okay. We need to distribute vaccines more effectively and equitably. That is a big old needle. Don't show that to my kids. Problem: the vaccine is currently hard to get and inaccessible for many demographic and geographic groups. Limited hours, locations, languages. Locations all have different confusing websites. Yeah, that's probably true. Solution: make it easy and inclusive. Available 24/7 everywhere in every language. Single web portal for sign up. The vaccine rollout has been uneven, leaving behind some of our most vulnerable. High-risk communities are still not getting it, and many communities are wary due to a history of racist medical malpractice. Solution: actively reach out to those not being reached. Real-time data on areas, ages, backgrounds served. Empower healthcare providers who foster trust in their communities. Problem: working and socializing are still risky for all involved. People are either stuck at their home or risking their lives. Businesses will suffer until it's safe to gather. Solution: digitize your paper vaccine card for convenience and easy verification. A mobile app version of your paper vaccine card so businesses can let patrons safely gather again. So basically, if you have your vaccination and you can prove it, we're open for business. Go ahead, sit together, have some nice pasta or steak or dim sum, whatever floats your boat. I'm down with that. And then not have to wear a mask, be able to eat inside, because all of us in this room are vaccinated, because we all have proof. And of course, there is a risk, though, people faking their vaccination card. Maybe we'll ask Andrew about that if we can get him onto the show. Speaking of which, if you are thinking of donating to him, it's tinyurl.com/nerds-nyc. There it is. It's back. tinyurl.com/nerds.nyc. That's where you donate to Andrew. Don't go to his regular website, because then the nerds won't get any credit. All right. Now it's showing up, but it's a little on the high side. So let me bring that bad boy down to the bottom corner. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, so finally, we need to learn from this moment and apply it to future pandemics so we can respond smarter and or prevent it entirely. Learning from the COVID-19 playbook. In the first 100 days, gather best practices to prevent future pandemics and respond smarter. So I would have to say this is probably more detailed approach to handling the pandemic than even we had from the White House Coronavirus Task Force about how to get the vaccinations out there. I don't know if you guys remember, but that White House Coronavirus Task Force of the previous administration basically said, well, FDA approved it, now it's up to the states. And I think that has not worked out so well. But to Biden's credit, he now has like a 200-page plan. So, and Fauci is now like free to speak science, which is great. So yeah, but let's get back to Andrew. What else is he tweeting about? Oh, I think I need to do this. I need to go back, I think. Hold on, nerds. Hold up. All right, here we go. You generally feel better if you do something about it. This is one of those Andrew like Fortune cookie tweets. I love them. They're a little on the short side, and they're kind of thoughtful. I love it. Like very Yoda-like. Oh, Lucy Liu. I think she was an actress. Ally McBeal, I think. Lucy Liu and me for a live virtual voter registration on Saturday at 11:30. We'll talk about our shared love for New York City and the importance of registering. So go ahead and register for that one if you want to go see Lucy Liu. And then a week after that, we'll have the January 30th private fundraiser, which you can all participate in if you give money through that bad boy right over there. tinyurl.com. Okay. /nerds-nyc. Wow. We are now over 2,000 volunteers for the campaign in NYC. Want to join us? You can do it right here. And then he was on CBS using ice cream trucks to distribute vaccines, reviving the city we love, and his candidacy so far. Should we watch a little bit of that? Let's watch a little bit of it together. Oh, Tamar is saying, I love Lucy Liu. Tom, do your homework. She is massive as an endorser. Okay. Thank you, Tamar. Lucy Liu is apparently a big deal. I remember her from a show like in the 90s, but if she's still a big deal, I'm all for it. So thank you, Lucy. You're welcome to come on the Nerds channel if you ever want. I don't know if Lucy's a nerd. She seems way too attractive. She would not qualify for full nerddom, unless maybe in high school she whipped out the braces and the glasses. Then she might have a little more cred. All right. So we're gonna maybe watch this video. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this video going.
The race to be the next mayor of New York City has a familiar face. Former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang announced that he is running, and he joins an already crowded Democratic primary. Many consider Yang to be a top contender due to his name recognition and large following from his...
No. He is not a top contender. He is the front runner. According to like the last 3 freaking polls, bro is leading. Oh, man, every time I do that. Sorry.
Time on the campaign trail. But will that be enough come June? For more...
Oh, Joe says nerds are attractive. I agree. We are. Freaking all of you are beautiful. Guys are hot.
More on his bid. Andrew Yang is here joining me now. Mr. Yang.
Oh, there's a nerd.
So you had, by many measures, a successful primary. Even if not victorious, you became friendly with several of the other candidates. And following your election, your name was actually discussed for potential cabinet roles. So why are you running for New York mayor instead of joining the Biden-Harris administration?
Ooh, good question.
Well, first, let's celebrate the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I'm still riding high from that, Lana. But I'm running for mayor of New York City because the city's in crisis, and I believe I can help. The reality is that the coronavirus has devastated New York in a way that's singular throughout the country. We're down 700,000 jobs. The unemployment level is twice the national average. Over 25,000 New Yorkers' lives have been lost. And I think I can speed up our comeback from the coronavirus. I think I can help make New York City the post-COVID comeback city it's going to need to be in order for so many New Yorkers to reclaim our lives.
Oh, I like it. I like it because he's acknowledging this is a top priority for New Yorkers, and he has very specific plans on how to get it done, and some of them are have innovative ideas. Now, I don't know about this ice cream truck proposal, but let's see. It doesn't sound like the cleanest, most sanitary place to get a shot, but maybe he's alluding to their capacity for cold storage.
So let's talk about that. I'm wondering what specifically you believe you can do to help New York City recover from the pandemic.
New York City is all about people coming together, Lana, and we need to get the vaccines into people's hands and arms and bodies over the next number of days. But even after you have a number of people vaccinated, the question is, how will people feel comfortable coming together in a restaurant or bar or Broadway theater?
All right, this is basically, I think he's going to be reiterating what we just went through on Twitter. So I'm going to speed up the playback speed and see if we can get to the ice cream.
And so one way we can accelerate that process is by having a vaccine passport that you can have on your smartphone, where you can just very quickly demonstrate that you've been vaccinated. Then you can go into that restaurant or venue and then take your mask off and literally breathe easier, knowing that everyone there has been vaccinated. That's the kind of measure that New York City is going to need to accelerate the comeback, because the city is dependent upon people feeling confident they can come together. As one number, we're missing 60 million tourists who supported over 300,000 jobs here in New York. I think that I can accelerate the process.
Very smart. So he's talking about, hey, if New York can establish itself as the safe post-COVID city, we can get these tourists back, and they can start spending some more money, which is good for the city. And yes, as a reminder, I am playing this at a fast chipmunk speed, just so that we can get through it, because it's a long interview.
Through which people feel excited to come back to New York.
And what about vaccinations? We know that New York City has struggled to keep pace with the number of people who are in the categories that are currently eligible to receive vaccines, and that there simply isn't enough supply either in the state or in the city. What would you do about that?
It's immensely frustrating for so many New Yorkers, Lana. People had their appointments canceled. And to me, it's common sense that you would want New York City, which is the most densely populated city in the country, to have these vaccines at least as early as any other part of the country. So we need to be moving heaven and earth to get vaccines to folks right here in New York City. And then as they get vaccinated, the hope is that we can streamline this process, because right now people are frustrated.
Where's the ice cream?
It's a bit of a hodgepodge in terms of being able to figure out where you should go to get vaccinated and when.
You're always about thinking outside of the box. I heard you say that you would like to utilize ice cream trucks.
Oh, there we go. We found it. My God, these guys, they got me to sit through this whole interview to get to the part. So this we will play at regular speed for the full ice cream effect.
That aren't being used right now because of the winter time to do mobile vaccination units. Trevor Noah says that you stole that ice cream truck idea from him. Care to respond?
Well, Trevor's full of good ideas, but it's not a new idea for either Trevor or me. There are actually communities that are already repurposing ice cream trucks to distribute vaccines, because they have obviously refrigeration capacity, and many of them aren't in use right now. So we need to be trying to get vaccines to people in their neighborhoods. The reality is that many New Yorkers aren't that mobile. They may be old and infirm. They might not be able to easily hop on a subway or bus. So if we can get a vaccine to them in their parking lot close to their building, either via a vehicle or by having a site that's right on their block, that's what we have to do. This is a city of over 8 million people in very, very different circumstances. And if they can't come to the vaccine should go to them.
All right. So it's not like a ice cream truck is riding around the city playing the music. Well, that would be kind of funny. But it's basically a way to sort of have the ice cream, the vaccines transported to a neighborhood. And then I'm guessing they would have an injection area nearby to give you the jab of life. All right. So that was a little bit about Yang on Twitter. I would say in summary, old Yang is doing a pretty good job on the Twitter. I'm very impressed with him putting down some plans for us to react to. And I like it. I like the details. And, whoa, what is this? Is this him retweeting? Oh, these are people replying to that one. Okay, so this is the Andrew one. Yeah, so he's good. He's got a lot of details. He's got getting endorsers. Lucy Liu is apparently a big deal. Did not know that, but very much appreciate Lucy Liu endorsing him. And there you go. That's him on Twitter. So now let's move on and go to how is Andrew doing on Twitter versus his competitors. Mr. Adams, Mr. Stringer. All right, let's take a look-see. Let's look at the data. Okay. So, if you... Oh, this chart. Hold on. I got this. I can resize it. I can resize it for you. I thought I could at least. Hold on. Is that working? There we go. A little further, Tom. There. A little further. Hopefully that works. Yeah, I think that works better. A little further. All right. So these are Yang's total followers. And as of this live stream, Mr. Andrew Yang has 1.96 million followers on the Twitter. And it looks like Mr. Stringer has 11,900 and Mr. Adams has 2,800. So, yeah, our boy Yang has definitely more Twitter mojo. Now, in terms of, you might be thinking, oh, well, but Yang started with a lot because he was running for president. Is he actually growing? It looks like on Jan 21, there we go. Let me make sure you guys can see it. There you go. Now you can see everything. All right, Jan 21, Eric Adams added 24 followers. Scott Stringer added 15 followers. And Andrew MF Yang added 5,800. God damn. Woo. Boy's on fire. On Jan 22, Eric Adams added 45. Mr. Stringer added 75. And Andrew MF Yang added 5,900. My God, if Twitter could decide the New York mayorship, we'd be done. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. And there's millions of New Yorkers who do not hang out on Twitter. And sadly, a lot of them are going to be voting, and they may not be voting for the Yang. So we need to keep working hard. But at least on the Twitter side, our man is strong, and hopefully he can leverage that Twitter reach to get some more voters and people to donate. Okay, now we're going to look at the web searches for Stringer, Adams, Wiley, Yang, and get a sense of are more people searching for one of these candidates? And yes, it would appear that Andrew Yang is being searched for about almost 8 times more than Eric Adams, and about 10 times more than Maya Wiley, and more than 10 times more than Mr. Stringer or Mr. McGuire. Interest for Andrew Yang. A lot of interest in Jericho, Plainview, Chappaqua, Larchmont, and Syosset. And yes. Okay. Now, what are people searching for when they search for Andrew Yang? Related queries? They're searching for BDS. What is this BDS that Yang is so anti? Governor's Island, Mike Bloomberg, interesting. Michael Moore, Seven Brothers Famous Deli. Seven Brothers. I think I've been there. Is that the place with the corned beef hash? Or the corned beef sandwiches? Maybe. Not sure. Scott Stringer. What are they searching for? Scott Stringer? The second most related search for people who search for Scott Stringer is Yang. Andrew freaking Yang. Yang for mayor. And then they search for Wiley, NYC mayor, and Eric Adams. And Eric Adams, they're searching for Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Mike Conley, Eric Bledsoe stats. Why would they be searching for Eric Bledsoe stats? Anyway. Maya, they're also searching for, people who search for Maya are searching for Scott Stringer, Harlan Mandel, and Catherine Garcia. And people searching for McGuire search for Morales, Wiley, Adams. Oh, no Yang action for people who are searching for McGuire. So it looks like the Yang action has the biggest overlap with Scott Stringer. Maybe that's why Scott's always like hating on him, because he's feeling the heat of the Yang. All right, now let's move on to how you guys doing over there? Are you guys holding up okay? Because I still have some more data. I don't know if you guys can handle the data, but I've got more of it. So let me just take a little breaky break. You guys all right? You guys feeling the Yang? As Tiz your master says, feel it. Feel that Yang. All right. Mochalek says, dude, I can handle your data. Bring your freaking data. All right, man. You guys want the data? I'm going to get you that data. The most important thing for this, hey, VLAM, the most important thing for this episode is that if you are thinking of donating to the Yang for Mayor campaign, please use my link. Let me give it to you. Oops. Well, that didn't work. Hold on. Here it is. Okay. So it's tinyurl.com/nerds-nyc. tinyurl.com/nerds-nyc. I'm going to leave it up there for a little bit. And the reason you should do it is if you give through that link, number one, you'll be invited to a private fundraising event with Andrew virtually. It's over Zoom, but it will be for donors only on January 30th. And I will be part of the festivities. I'm going to be kind of emceeing the darn thing. So hopefully you'll have a good conversation. You'll enjoy it. It's January 30th. I think it's around 4. What time is it actually? I think it's going to be around 4 p.m. Pacific. No, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So go check it out. And the other thing is that if we can raise $15K through that link, we can get him back into the Nerd Zone for a public interview, just one-on-one, pretty long one, I think. And, I always love having Andrew back in the Nerd Zone. We can definitely get into things, into a level of detail and nuance that maybe we don't often get. So consider that.
Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang 2020. Yang Gang. Yeah.